Today we're gonna go to my friend Mandy's house and look at her rock collection. Come on!
Awesome! Let's look at the rocks.
Yes. So what kind of rocks do you have?
Well, I have a really big collection of rocks. Let's start out with these ones that I have here on the table because I think they're the coolest. So this one is called Carnelian. As you can see, it kind of has these layers and part of it is sort of see-through like a crystal. Also, my hands are red because of paint. Don't worry about it. This one's cool. It's actually a kind of rock called agate, and it's like a subcategory because agate comes in all kinds of different colors, and then this carnelian is kind of orangey and red.
Cool. What else do you have?
Next, I have this kind of rock called pyrite, and I have lots of different forms of it. So this one is a form of the rock where it's been like heated up and then like kind of pressed into this shape. And this is how it occurs kind of naturally in little tiny little crystals like that. But sometimes each of these little crystals grow really big, and they kind of look like this cube. These two are the way that it occurs naturally in nature, and then this one is humans putting it into a shape that they want.
Is there another name for this kind of rock?
Yeah, some people call it fool's gold because it kind of looks like gold, but it's not. So it's not like expensive like gold is. This is petrified wood. So it's wood that's just really old and has just been around so long that it's just gotten really hard and kind of like a rock now. And then here I have some tiger eye. This one is tiger eye as it usually appears because it's sort of orangey, which is like the color of a tiger. But then there's also red tiger eye and blue tiger eye, which has some stripes of natural like orangey tiger eye in it too. It's like a sedimentary rock, and these ones are polished. Usually it's not quite so shiny if you just find it outside.
Oh, I really like the shine of this one. It's really neat looking. It kind of does look like a cat's eye. That's really cool.
I have this rock here that's turquoise. It's actually like the kind of rock is also called turquoise. That's where this, like the name of this color comes from. And here we have some amethyst, which is a type of quartz. And quartz is kind of like just crystals that are kind of see-through, and then amethyst is kind of purple. Here I have a ball of quartz.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I have a crystal ball.
And here I have some geodes. So as you've probably learned, geodes look like normal rocks on the outside, but then if you cut them open, there are like crystals and stuff inside.
What's this one called?
This one is called MOLDAVITE, and it's named MOLDAVITE because it's found near the Moldau River in Czechoslovakia, and that's the only place that it exists anywhere in the world, because it formed when a meteorite made contact with Earth and then heated the sand so much that it turned into this kind of like glass.
Wow, so cool. We should try holding it up to the window and see if we can see through it. Wow, so cool! You can see right through the edges. That's so cool looking. Sweet!
Next we have this rock called hematite. So this one is a version of it that's been polished, whereas this one is kind of like raw.
Is this one magnetic, do you know?
These ones aren't, but sometimes this kind of rock does end up magnetic. Next we have this rock here called Labradorite, which is really cool because like depending on the angle that you look at it, it's kind of shiny and has some different colors.
Ooh,
yeah.
Wow, this is such a cool rock.
This one here is called fluorite. It's also a type of quartz, but this one is really dark and it's kind of green and purple. It's my favorite because those are my favorite colors.
What about this one? What's this?
That's copper, so that one's actually a mineral because it's just a pure metal. And that's like a raw form of copper, so it was just heated up to be really hot and then just kind of cooled down and looks like that. So it kind of looks like a little puddle, but it's really hard. That one's called malachite. So this is one of the rocks that formed, like its layers formed in contact with water. So it's kind of got these bits on it that look like water droplets.
Cool. I like this one a lot.
Yeah.
Whoa, this one looks like a shell.
Yeah, that's actually a fossil called an ammonite. And what happened is that like millions and millions of years ago, there was a little creature in here, and then coming out of this part was like its little face and little tentacles and stuff. And this is just like, it's like cut in half. So it was like a whole shell. And over time it decomposed and just kind of the little skeleton bit sort of was left. And crystals formed inside of all of these little pockets.
Oh, that's just like geodes.
Yeah.
What's this giant thing?
Well, last we have two versions of calcite. So this one is green calcite. And you can see that it's like a little bit see-through, but not really. And this version is green. And I also have this version of orange calcite, which is like it's really big and it's really orange. And it kind of reminds me of a creamsicle.
Well, thanks so much for showing me all your rocks. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks for coming and thanks for spending time with me.
Yay!